how to have the best sleep ever from tonight. So there are 14 tips in this video, but for some reason I seem to have mixed up the numbers in the middle and I go to 15, I think. I just wanted to apologise in advance. Apparently I can't count, but I still hope you guys find some value out of this video. If you do, leave me a comment. Alright guys, enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome to my ultimate guide to sleep. This video was actually requested by Matthew Gomez, so thanks Matthew for requesting this video. I think it's a great topic. I have been testing out a few tips and tricks that I've learned from mainly Sean Stevenson and Nick Littlehayes, who are two big sleep experts, and I'm going to share them with you guys. So I've got 14. The first one I think is the most important, and it's to do with your mattress. On average, we sleep around 6 to 8 hours a night, 365 days in a year, which means we spend about 2,000 to 3,000 hours sleeping or spending time with our mattress. Therefore, it's definitely wise to invest in a good quality mattress. So the mattress should be able to take your weight and your shape quite easily. And there is a way to check this. So what you need to first do is when you're walking into a mattress shop, or even just to check your mattress at home to see if it's correct, is to firstly find your non-dominant side. So if you're right-handed like me, your left is your non-dominant side, and vice versa if you're left-handed. Then you want to get into the fetal position. So because I'm right-handed, I would turn onto my left side in the fetal position, and you basically want to check to see if there is any gap between your neck or head, and the mattress. If there is more than a 5 centimeter gap, then your mattress might be a little bit too firm. If you find that your head is raised slightly, this might indicate that your mattress is slightly too soft. So basically, you want your mattress, you want your body, when you lie in the fetal position, you want it to all be in line. You want your neck to be in line with the rest of your body. You don't want it to be raised. You don't want it to be sunken. A good way to get a feel for what a gap might look like or what might feel like is if you get onto like a tiled or hard floor and you lay in a fetal position, you will see that there's a gap there. You do not want that gap in your mattress, because that's going to disrupt your sleep really bad. And if your body's out of line, this could lead to future back problems and body problems later on in life, just because we spend so much time in that position. So number one, get a good quality mattress. Go to the store, test them out. You wouldn't buy the wrong size shoes, so don't buy the wrong type of mattress. It's not a one size fits all type situation. Okay, so that is number one. Number two is to fall asleep on your non-dominant side. So typically, actually, when I used to go to sleep, I would go onto my front, sleep, and I love that position. But it used to take me quite a while to get to sleep, sometimes 20, 30, 40 minutes for me to actually fall asleep. What I've been doing recently is I've just been getting into bed, and even if I don't feel like it, I've been sleeping, curling up into this position, and I've been falling asleep in about 10 to 11 minutes, and I've actually been tracking, I don't have my watch on, but I've actually been tracking my sleep with my Withings smartwatch. It tracks your sleep, and on average, it takes me 10 to 11 minutes to fall asleep. So I would just try it. Try falling asleep on your non-dominant side. The reason why it's so, the reason why you fall asleep so quickly, or at least I do, is because your brain really likes this position. Your genitals are protected by your knees, and your heart is protected with your hands. We're born in that position, so it's a very protective position. Your body feels safe, and you've got your dominant hand ready, especially back in the caveman days, to ward off any predators that come your way. Sleeping on your back is the position your brain doesn't like. Your brain hates that position because it's so open. Anything can come get you. Your vital organs aren't protected. Therefore, non-dominant side, number two. I think I've hammered that one quite well. Number three is to think of sleep, rather than thinking of it in hours, think of it in cycles. So one cycle of sleep is 90 minutes, and you want to aim to get 4 to 6, I'd say, cycles a night. Personally, I try to aim for 5 cycles a night. This is so that you go through all stages of sleep, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it's important to get into those deeper stages, especially REM sleep, because this is the restorative part of your sleep, and it's also good for mental learning as well. There was actually a study done where participants participants were taught a skill and they were then deprived of lighter sleep, or the first few stages. And when they were deprived of the first few stages, they were fine. They were able to recall the skill that they learned. But when they were deprived of their deeper sleep, their REM sleep, they were unable to recall the skill, which just shows that the deeper stages of sleep, like REM, are really important. Therefore, you don't want to be waking up in the middle of a cycle, because firstly, when you wake up, you're probably going to experience sleep inertia, which is that groggy feeling when you get up. And you don't want to be waking up in that stage of sleep because it's one of the most important. So you want to be waking up at the end of your sleep cycle. Try and keep the time that you wake up constant. And if for some reason you can't go to bed at the time that you usually do, so say you usually go to bed at 11 and you wake up at 6:30, that's 5 cycles of sleep. Say you went to bed, say you got home at 11:30, try and wait till 12:30 to go to sleep and still wake up at 6:30. This still allows you 4 cycles of sleep. So the next day, say you've had 4 cycles of sleep, the next point on here is that it's about naps. Naps can be really beneficial and they are a great way to catch up on sleep if you've missed it. I wouldn't try miss it. I wouldn't try continuously stay on 4 cycles of sleep. But say, for example, you just had to, the day, we all have these up and down days. Say you only got four cycles, a nap is great. I'll actually post 2 YouTube videos that I made on my channel about naps if you guys want to get some tips on the best times to nap, the ways to nap, the benefits of napping. I'm going to post them here so you guys can have a look. Typically between 1 and 4 p.m. Is a great time to nap. 20 to 30 minutes is sufficient. Or if you've got time and you want to do 90 minutes, go for it. Catch up on a full cycle of sleep. So that is nap. Sorry guys, somebody just walked into my room and I had to continue with number 6. So number 6 is to exercise. I find that if I exercise early in the morning, I'm able to sleep a lot better in the evenings. If I exercise in the evening time, I'm kind of awake, I'm a little bit more alert. Some people it works to exercise in the evenings, but for me personally, I prefer exercising in the morning because it allows me to sleep better in the evening time. So that is number 6. Number 7 is a tip from Sean Stevenson, who suggests having a caffeine curfew. I love coffee. I'm always going to drink coffee, but I like to have my coffee early in the morning, and I would probably stop having caffeine at around 2 p.m. If I do want to have something like a tea or a coffee, I'll just have decaf. I'll have a decaffeinated tea or a coffee later on. Basically, caffeine does stay in your system quite a long time after you ingest it. So just try and cut down on the caffeine. Don't stop it if you love it. Just try and have it earlier in the day. It's pretty simple. Number 8. Black out your room. I've got some amazing curtains in this room that totally block out all the light. But just in case you don't want to invest in blackout curtains yet, you can also just invest in a sleep mask. I'll post a link below to an article that I read which goes through different sleep masks, and you can choose one to suit your lifestyle. Also, another thing that I do is I have the AC, and the green light from the AC is so annoying. So I've just put a sticker over the top. Just try and cut out any light that you can so you're in complete darkness. So that is number 8. Number 9 is don't sleep on big fluffy pillows. This kind of links back to point number 1 where I was talking about the mattress. Your mattress should fit you so well that you do not need a pillow to sleep. And if you are going to use a pillow, like most of us do, try and go for the flattest pillow possible, especially if your mattress is fitting you perfectly. You don't want a big pillow that's going to misalign your neck, and because you're sleeping for so many hours a day and so many hours in the year. If you continuously do this, it's going to cause problems for the rest of your body. You want your body to be in line. So avoid the big fluffy pillows, go for something flat. That is number 9. Number 10 is get ready for bed. Spend a little time clearing out your room, putting the lamp on, making it cozy. What I like to do personally is, if I like to sleep at 9:30, I like to get into bed at 9 o'clock because that gives me half an hour to kind of wind down and kind of just get ready to sleep. Also, it takes me a few minutes to get to sleep. So I like to actually switch off everything and just lay in my bed for 10 minutes before I fall asleep. That's a big tip. Don't get into bed at the exact time that you want to sleep because you'll probably just end up staying awake. So yeah, get ready for bed. Treat your bed like a sanctuary. That's another thing that Sean Stevenson says. Treat your bed like a sanctuary. Whatever you think of when you think of sanctuary, try and make your room like that, your room set up like that. So nice smells, nice lights, a plant or two, if that's something that you would like. So that is that. Number 11 is kind of to do with the last one. It's fresh linen. I always think that when I go to a hotel, I come out and I'm like, oh my God, I had the best sleep. One of the things that all hotels do is that they change the linen regularly, and there's nothing better. I mean, we all know what it feels like to get into a nice clean bed. It feels amazing. We should always feel like that. So if you can, try and change your linen as often as possible. This is going to help you feel a little bit nicer, and yeah, it will really help you to sleep a lot better. Number 12 is keep your room cool. Don't have it freezing, don't have it hot, don't have it warm. Keep it cool. For me, my temperature is set to around 17 degrees, and I've read that 16 to 18 degrees is optimum. So keep your room cool. That is number 12. Number 13 is be well fed. Pretty self-explanatory. Try and avoid massive, heavy meals where you're feeling bloated and disgusting before you go to bed. Firstly, because you're going to feel uncomfortable. Secondly, if you do eat that much before you go to bed, it's probably going to disrupt the rest of your sleep because you're going to be going to the loo. So try and be fed, but yeah, just try eat throughout the day. Don't be hungry going to bed, because that I know when I'm hungry, I can't sleep. The next one is 14, and it's don't drink a ton before you sleep. Again, self-explanatory. If you're drinking a ton before you go to sleep, your sleep is going to definitely be disrupted by you having to go to the loo a million times. So the important thing is to keep hydrated throughout the day. I like to drink 2 or 3 liters of water a day, and try and avoid drinking so much liquid before I go to bed. The next one is, I haven't done this yet, but I did find this website that has, it's Leumi.com. I'll post the link below. And they have these incredible lights. So what they do is you set the alarm, and they have lights that kind of slowly come on in the morning to help you get up, and they emulate kind of the sunrise. So it's great for people who wake up extremely early like me when the sun hasn't come up yet, and also for a lot of you guys who are in the States or in the UK or experiencing those dark, cold winters where you don't really get much of a sunrise. These lamps can be great to help you wake up. I know how hard it is to wake up in the winters. It's not easy, so this might make it a little bit easier. And some of the lamps they have on the website even have this dimming effect for the evening, so you can put it on your bedside table to help you ease into sleep. So that's Leumi.com. I will post the links below. So that is my 14 tip list for your ultimate sleep. I'm going to go through the list one more time real quick. Number 1 is get a good mattress. Number 2, sleep on your non-dominant side. 3, think in cycles, not hours. 5, use naps to catch up. 6, exercise. 7, have a caffeine curfew. I ran out of fingers there. 8 is black out your room with curtains or a sleep shade. Number 9 is don't sleep on fluffy pillows or big fluffy pillows. Number 10, get ready for bed and treat your room like a sanctuary. Number 11 is fresh linen. Number 12 is cool room. 13, be well fed. 14, don't drink liquids before bed or copious amounts of liquids before bed. And number 15, if you want, invest in a Leumi lamp. That is the list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Add to it if there's anything else you think would be great for other people to know. And yeah, don't forget to follow me on all social media at literally Anika. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Periscope. Alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye!